This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. Rather randomly arrive in Riyadh, and probably one of the last people I expected to see here was Big Baby himself, Jarrell Miller. How are you, first of all?
I'm alive, brother. You know, same as always. On the hunt, on the move, shaking and baking. You know, there's a lot of he say, she say shit that people, and organizations or groups speaking on my behalf, and I was like, that's not true. And I'm saying that, and I'm saying it again. You know, IFLTV, one of the biggest in the sport of boxing entertainment. Jarrell Miller has no promoter. I'm establishing my own promotional company. I'm my own boss. No one can speak on my behalf except can speak on my behalf is Spencer Brown. You know, he's my advisor / manager. But I'm the boss. I have the final say so. Everything comes through me. So if anybody else tells you anything else different, that is a motherfucking lie. So holla at your boy Big Baby. I'm open for all offers. Business is open. I'm willing to hear everything. Even if it's bullshit, I'm willing to hear it. But yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay, Jarrell, let's kind of track back a few weeks ago. Obviously, the last time I saw you, you were causing mayhem in Ipswich. Just talk to me about kind of what happened, the injury, etc., which meant that you couldn't face Fabio Wardley in Ipswich.
Yeah, I was doing a slight injury, and I had to make a business executive move of pulling out that fight. For the simple fact that, I made a promise to God that if I'm never ever 100%, I'm not gonna take a fight like that, because like I said, all my boxing and kickboxing fights, not one fight with the ball, I've took the most damage I've ever taken, and not because the ball was better than me, it was because I wasn't at my best. And we all know when foreigners go to UK, you're not gonna get no favors, as we can see with plenty of other fights, and even in a Hooney fight. So I wanted to be 100%, and that was it. When Tyson and the other guys pull out fights and Dillian White pull out fights, I don't hear nobody bitching and complaining. But all of a sudden, Big Baby never pulls out of fights. I'm the closest to even pulling out a fight. They could have postponed it if they really wanted to, but that's up to them. It is what it is. On to the next.
Let's talk about kind of what materialised. Obviously, Justice Hooney comes in, and yeah, what kind of was unfolding on the night was quite dramatic. We saw Hooney kind of in charge of that fight for the majority of that fight against Fabio, and then Fabio pulls out that punch to knock out Hooney. What was your thoughts as you were kind of watching that?
I said Hooney's going to box him as much as he doesn't get caught. If he can stay on his toes and don't plant his feet too much, he's going to win the fight. He had moments where he thought he was going to knock out Wardley. But of course, Wardley dropped him, but the referee didn't even give him a respectful, 8 or 9 count to, get his wits about him. And we all know that already when there's home cooking involved and foreigners, UK's not doing you no damn favors. And, and that, a lot of UK fans know that it's very biased. The only time I've ever seen a UK fighter get any kind of grace was when AJ fought Dubois, and that's 2 UK fighters. I've never seen somebody get dropped and get 3 15-second counts to try to get their wits about him. Like, Dubois had to barely almost borderline kill AJ to make them stop that fight in the UK. The golden child fell, it's nuts.
Well, listen, that kind of chapter's now kind of closed, and that is what it is. But moving forward for you, I'm assuming there's a lot potentially that could be in the pipeline for you.
Correct. There's a lot. There is a lot of talking, he say, she say, but the problem is I'm not hearing it directly from the goose's mouth, or from the higher up. It's always through a pipeline of somebody else. So sometimes when you get information, it's either a day too late or the information is kind of diluted. And I'm tired of going through third parties and second parties of trying to get information to me. So I'm dealing directly with the source. And that's what I've been going on. That's why I'm, starting my promotional company and just focusing 100% on me, and if you don't hear it directly from me, it's nonsense.
In terms of potential opponents for you, though, who's at the forefront of that?
There's no exactly a potential opponent. Spence did ring me, I believe, yesterday and said Chisora is still a potential fight. I could call Chisora up right now and he'll tell me yay or nay. But you know, like I said, I told him to get back to that on Monday. My 3 dream fights right now would be AJ, Dubois, and Usyk. You know, that's who I want. But
AJ, really? I didn't know you wanted to fight him still.
I still want to fight AJ. Come on, everybody wants to fight AJ. AJ's such a pussy, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, he's always gonna be a pussy in my eyes. 9 out of 10. I mean, listen, America thinks AJ's a pussy. You know, so you know, UK he will always make his money at, but in America he's always going to be a puss. I'm just sorry. You got your ass whooped, never came back, and then you want to fight Anderson, who's another baby puss. You know what I mean? But Anderson has a little time to how can I say? He has the time right now to rebrand himself and come back a killer and a warrior. If he does it right. Listen, I know me and Anderson. I mean, we and him have words. Do I hate the kid? No. He just ran his mouth too early against a senior dude like me, and I'm an animal, a monster. You know what I mean? And I could teach him 1 or 2 things. You know what I'm trying to say? But instead that, if your managers and your promoters is pushing you to take that AJ fight, you need to fire motherfuckers, because you're selling yourself short and they selling you out, brother. And that's one. And that's from a big brother to a little brother. I'm telling you this now because I kind of feel for you. But if you don't listen, you don't listen. It is what it is. You know what I'm trying to say? But I feel that's a fight he does not need right now. Just doesn't need.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact scope of that. There are links between Jarrell Anderson and Joshua for Joshua's next fight, but I mean, whether that happens or not, I don't know how realistic that is, but from what you're hearing, is that a thing? Is it?
Yeah, I heard it from multiple sources. I heard it from multiple sources, and it's kind of funny when I woke out. I put a post on Instagram. I'm like, AJ's a bag of shit. You know what I mean? For taking that fight. So he really wants a tune-up fight. If he wants a tune-up, go take a real tune-up. You know, go take a tune-up. That's a tune-up, but that's like, don't say it's a tune-up and you're trying to sell it like it's not a tune-up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we all know it's a tune-up, but don't sell it like it's a oh my God, it's a type of. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're a bag of puss and hot air, boy. Your bag is still fish and chips, and that's what the fuck you are. You know what I mean?
Keeping with your American heavyweights, obviously Deontay Wilder makes his return very shortly after some time out.
When did you fight again?
I think it's next week.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain it's next week.
Yeah, I heard about the guy. They said this guy, if this guy sneezes on himself, he breaks his own leg, from what I heard. I said, they said there's no chance of him even probably landing a shot on Deontay. I said, this is what I hear. So, Deontay, go fuck himself. I mean, listen, I'd love to punch him in the face too, but he's another bag of shit. You know what I mean?
What do you want it to happen if AJ does fight Wilder then? Like, where are you sitting?
Who would I think wins the fight?
Yeah, but who would you want to win that fight?
You know what's so funny? Deontay's a backstabbing piece of shit. And I would still say, you know what, because Deontay's more similar to my upbringing, you know, he's American, I would push for Deontay a little more, you know what I mean? But end of the day, he go fuck himself anyway, to tell the truth. I knock both of them. Growing up in Brooklyn, I'm sorry, unfortunately, we have very vulgar ways of saying things. So when I say the F word, I don't mean to disrespect to y'all. I mean AJ and Deontay, you know, correct.
You can just say you will knock both of them motherfuckers out, yeah.
Yeah, I knock both motherfuckers out. When you do the interview, still put that in there, just bleep out the F words. People get the context, you know, I'm a character. You gotta just do it all the way, you know what I mean? Just bleep the F word out though, that's it.
What's your thoughts on Dillian White fighting Moses Atama? A bit of a surprise fight, considering where Moses is right now, 20 years old, and where Dillian is, more to the point. Why is Dillian taking that fight, aside from financial benefit, obviously?
Itamu is what AJ was to Eddie Hearn. It's not battle tested yet. They pushed him real fast. You know, I don't. Is it the right fight for Dillian White? I don't know. We don't know what offers Dillian White is getting. You know, he's a warrior. He's a vet. So I can't really question why Dillian White would take it, because he just fights anybody. You know, Dillian White's always been that way. So I'm not knocking Dillian White. The question is, why is Frank Ryan trying to move Itamo so fast? You know what I'm trying to say? That's the thing I'm kind of worried about when I'm looking at. But I said it's a fight. You know what I mean? They signed up for it. You know, best man wins at the end of the day. That's what it is.
Aside from that fight, obviously someone you know very well in David Adelaide in a very tough fight against Filip Hrgovic.
Yeah, man. David Adelaide's like my little brother. You know, there's some things that you know, they offered me that, and I was like, nope. I don't want that fight. Nope, don't want that fight. If Hrgovic is the homie too, I spar Hrgovic. I really don't know about that fight. You know, it's a 50-50 fight in my book. Hrgovic is more battle tested. You know, definitely taking some more damage than David. I think it's gonna come down to the IQ level of how better David has gotten since his loss to Wardley. But I think it's gonna be a great fight, to say the truth though. I think David's gonna show up. I think Hrgovic is gonna have to box a little more in this fight. You know. We're gonna see. I think
it's a very interesting fight between those two. Obviously, before that, next month, undisputed in England, Usyk Dubois. Dubois is obviously far better equipped than he was 2 years ago when he went to Poland. He's in some sensational form going into this fight. How do you see that playing out?
It's. I think he's definitely graduated since our fight. Can Dubois pull it off? I think he definitely can. It depends on how much Usyk has in the tank. If he can outwit Dubois, I think it's a great fight regardless. And you know, the best man is gonna win. You know what I mean? I want my rematch with Dubois. I'm gonna fuck him up. You know, but it's weird, man. Dubois is the only person that can make me want to hate him and then like him, like literally within 30 seconds of my brain, like I want to kill this motherfucking I like Dubois. You know what I mean? It's weird. You know, he's one of the only fighters that actually do that to me. But I realized that if you actually meet Dubois and talk to him, there's a reason why you have that love-hate sympathy with him. You know what I'm trying to say? So, all power to Dubois. You know what I mean? Hopes he pulls it off in many ways and give me my goddamn rematch.
For undisputed as well.
Undisputed. That'd be amazing. But I'm a very scary guy for everybody to fight. So, you know, I think if Dubois pulls it off, maybe it can happen. You know what I mean? Depends on how much his team really wants that fight. But we'll see. You know what I mean? There's a lot of opportunity on the table. And if Turkey wants it, it'll definitely happen.
You've had beef with a lot of fighters, but you don't actually hate anyone, do you?
Do I hate anybody? No.
Like in boxing, out of like the heavyweights.
Oh, in boxing, who I hate in the boxing?
No, not in boxing, just the heavyweights.
Oh, in heavyweights, who do I hate in heavyweights?
Hate is a bit of a strong word, isn't it?
It's a strong word, because that means you take up a lot of space in my mind and time. Nah, you know what it is? I don't hate. I dislike motherfuckers that try to play tough and they're not built like that. You know, and that's AJ and Deontay. They're not built like that, man. I'm talking about they persona, you know, and even AJ has a personality disorder problem where he don't even know how to be himself sometimes because he's been playing the fake for so long, you know what I mean? And Deontay it's a fucking dick, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's a fucking dick. Sometimes when you come from the hood, you don't want to act hood anymore. It's just, you know, you're try to be posh, a little clean, you know what I mean? Like, I cleaned up, you know, I kind of cleaned up sometimes, but don't get fucked up. I'll whoop your ass still. You know what I mean? It's one of them kind of things. But I don't hate nobody. I don't. Them two motherfuckers I just dislike. You know, I'm always going to dislike them motherfuckers, you know what I mean? But outside of that, I don't got no time to hate, man. When you see somebody get shot in the head in front of you, you be like, shit. I'm trying to be easy peasy, man. I mean, I'm trying to live my life at peace. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this fight game and becoming a warrior, you got to know how to turn that switch on and off. You know what I mean? And then, you know, that's what it is, man. That's life. You know, somebody push your buttons, you gotta know when to turn it on. That's all. And I have patience, but not for stupidity. That's all it is.
Okay. Well, listen, I do appreciate your time as always. I've known you for many years. I met you in 2012. Wow.
Time flying, brother. You had no gray hair back then. Listen, I got
12 years ago. How old are you?
I'm 35.
I'm 43.
Oh, shit, bro. Yo, bruv, time is flying, bruv. Yo, listen.
Do you remember? Do you remember the first interview we done?
Was it Vegas?
Yeah, at the Indian Gym Grand. And I told you about Anthony Joshua.
Who the fuck is him? Google him. Never knock him out.
I'm going to Google him. You ain't going to Google him, and then I'm going to knock him out.
Never knock him out. Oh, fuck. But I was almost fucking dead and knocking his cocksucker out. I'm telling you guys about boxing, man. It's a small universe. It's a big world, but a small universe. And there's certain things in this game, man, you just can't predict. That's just life, though. That's why boxing is like the best analogy to anything of like life. Boxing life is like hand to hand, bro. Like the minute you quit, it's a wrap. It's done with. But if you can take the hits and really keep moving forward, at the end of the day, you can look in the mirror and say, you know what, fuck it, I did it. You know, that's boxing.
Just the last question here. What will you be satisfied when you've retired, right? Because there's so many fights you could be in and you could have been in and you haven't been in yet. So there's a list of fighters there that I know that would be great for you and for them. But what would you be satisfied with when you've retired from the sport? So look back and go, right. Because I think I mean this respectfully, you've underachieved so far. We haven't really far. We haven't seen...
I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot, and that's why I'm kicking myself in the ass, because the deal that what I want to work on next is to fight 3 to 4 times in the next 12 months. Because, you know, think about what Tyson's done. Like, Tyson was an underachiever until he came back against the first 2 guys he fought with, the German guy.
He fought Seferi in his comeback fight, then Pianetta, and then Wilder.
Then Wilder. Yeah. No, he fought Wilder too.
That was after the first Wilder fight. The first 2 fights he had before Wilder won was Seferi and then Pianetta.
Tyson. Yes. Okay, so Tyson really made his surges after he came back. You know, them 2 fights, but the 3 Deontay fights, the Wallin, then Dillian White, then Chisora, then the Usyks, right? So within the last like 7 or 8 fights, Tyson's really made his resurgence, right? Yeah. So same thing with me. In 6 or 7 fights, now you're talking about us being a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? So it's like, boxing's like that. But we got to do it now, though. There's no more time for me to wait. It's like, I got to do it now. Like, I've done hit my man strap. I'm going through...
35. You old as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not. Fuck, no, I'm not, bro.
I'm 43. I'm joking.
Well, boxing, I'm in my prime. This is where
I'm
here now, right? So that's the great thing about it, right? Like, I have to move now. But I had so many weird dreams about shit happening this year. And I'm like, man, maybe God was waiting for me at this moment, you know? So... You know, but yeah, if I retired now, I'm an underachiever. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, have been, shoulda, whatever. We can't stop yet. We gotta keep pushing, man. So that's why we're here, and we're here to make some connections and let the world know that nobody speaks on Big Baby we have. I'm my own boss, baby. We're running the show. Let's get it.
But you're right in what you're saying, and like I said, I could list like 10 fighters now that you haven't fought, and like once you've had those fights, then maybe we can kind of assess your career as a whole. But right now, there's loads of boxes that need to be ticked
off. A lot of them. And that's the problem. Like, inactivity kills fighters, man. And the thing about me is, like, okay, fine. I was in hibernation. I wasn't getting my ass beat up like some of the other heavyweights. But I should come up and clean all these motherfuckers now, you know. And that's the problem is a lot of these fighters in the end of their career, they want a paycheck to get their ass whooped. So you got to have the right person that's willing to cut the check and see the value in that and get the fights done. And the best person to get that done is Turkey. You know what I mean? And I'm American heavyweight. There's no American heavyweight that doing what I've been doing and has a name and a ability to get the cameras on you and just shine. No one. Definitely not Anderson. And fuck off, hell no. Deontay's been in the spotlight for so long, and you would rather watch paint dry than watch Deontay talking in an interview. That's real shit. I'm not even talking shit about him because I don't like the motherfucker, but when Deontay did interviews, it was like, man, this shit is hard to watch.
Okay.
Kugan laughs at all my shit, bro. Don't get it fucked up.
I do find you very amusing and.
See, entertaining was the word to use. Amusing is like when you see a dog licking his balls. He's pretty. You know, what's the word you just used?
What word did I use?
You use the word just now, not entertaining.
Amusing.
Yeah.
Amusing.
That's what you say when you see a dog licking another dog's ass. I find that very amusing. Nah, motherfucker.
I'm a clown. I'm here to amuse you.
Yeah, correct. I'm not a fucking clown. I'm entertaining. That's TV. You feel me?
You're definitely TV gold. Jarrell Miller, thank you very much for coming to IFL TV. I hope your trip here to Saudi Arabia is successful. You leave with what you came here to achieve. And, yeah, get some fight news soon.
Praise be to Allah, man. We here, baby. Let's get it.